how do I spend the time really focusing on the stuff that actually matters and get all the other noise off my plate?
Welcome to Perspectives, where we start with real business challenges from the community and explore them alongside Microsoft leaders. Today, I'm going to talk to Ashvini Sharma, and we're going to get his perspective on one of the most compelling business challenges that we heard from you. Let's go find it. Hey Ash, it's good to see you.
Hi Stephanie, great to see you too.
Thank you so much for chatting with me today. So one of the challenges that we're hearing very commonly from the community is that they're spending so much time each week writing documents and reading documents. So when you hear this, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think what comes to mind immediately is both the time I spend personally of reading and writing documents and really making sense out of all the documents that are around me. Because it used to be I would go to Teams, I'd go to SharePoint, I'd go to Outlook and find all the documents, the relevant ones. And now I just go to Copilot.
Yep.
And I say, look, this is the topic I'm looking for. Can you please help me summarize, synthesize, create clarity for myself or whatever it is that I'm working with. And I can work with that content and Copilot together to create something. Yeah, that's one scenario. The other scenario is the business process automation, where a lot of documents still underlie a lot of the business processes of exchange of information between teams, between customers and companies as well. So there's a lot of energy that goes into the documents on that side as well. So those are the two clusters that come to mind.
And so when we think about this business challenge, where do you think organizations are losing the most time when they say, I'm spending way too much time doing this?
Yeah, so a lot of examples come to mind. There's an example of a company that we used to work with, and they ask us to talk to them about how good our OCR capabilities are. And we'll go talk to them and say, we can talk to you about generative AI and all these capabilities that are available. Well, why do you have documents to begin with? And it turns out that a lot of companies are just relying on documents as the lowest common denominator of exchanging information. In this case, it was from one department of the company to another department in the company. And the exchange was some team would print out these documents. They would be mailed to the other team who would then scan these documents in. So I think one ask I would have of people that are looking at document processing, document understanding is really to take a step back and think through, is that really the right place for documents to exist? Do you really need those documents or can you have different processes instead?
So I love to jump into the technology. I'm an evangelist, so I like to see where we can start to bring the tech into solutioning, right? But keeping in mind the business problem. So reading documents is taking a long time. Writing documents is taking a long time. Where can we start to bring AI into that story?
And I think just like you start from the business problem first, of what is it that you're trying to do, also start from what are you trying to solve?
Right.
And having the right technology in place there. So an example of that was a lot of people process documents and then they discover there are problems with the document itself. Some fields are missing, they are not filled out properly. And really, maybe the right answer for that is to have an app that does the intake process, bypassing the need for the documents and this rework that you have to do continuously. And an app would just completely bypass any document processing that you need, and you can have validation in there, you can have notifications fit in as well. So just think of the platform as an end-to-end system that's designed to give you the right tools that you can use for the right purpose that you have. And you can combine intelligent applications with agents, with automations, and all of these working together in a cohesive managed platform. And I'd say that's the frame in which now you can think about where does AI add the most value? Is it in the interactions that your customers have with your application experiences? Is it in the document understanding and the processing as extraction process? Is it in the reasoning for it and providing recommendations for what should you do with this new incoming document that you need to validate? So I think having AI be applied in context to what is the need that you have really helps you apply that creative energy in a lot more scalable way.
Absolutely. And I think the piece that you touched upon there that's also important as we bring it back to the business challenge is, are the documents serving a purpose in the current state, right? Or is there really a need for the documents to exist?
I would love to chime into this, but I'm just reading a report about how many reports that we're all reading on a regular basis. There are so many documents in our lives, and I think a lot of this is just activity. It's sort of performance art sometimes. My goal is not to completely get every piece of reading out of my life. It's actually, how do I spend the time really focusing on the stuff that actually matters and get all the other noise off my plate? Right? I think that's something we need to think about both individually, but also as organizations, right? How do we change our signal to noise ratio? And where are the places where we're spending the most time on the least impactful content? Those are the best places for us to go think about inserting an agent, inserting AI, thinking about how to really make that type of process scale so that we can use our brains on the stuff that's actually going to matter.
Wow, Ryan's perspective is so valuable.
What just happened?
If this business challenge is familiar to you, you're not alone, and you joined the right episode. If you have a business challenge that you'd like us to explore, drop it in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.